Hey guys, Google says, when will the housing market crash has spiked in search activity recently. I've outlined 3 reasons why I believe it's not going to be in 2021 or even 2022. Check it out. Hey guys, happy Thursday night. April 15th, it is tax day, and I wanted to share some content today on just exactly what's happening in housing as we come to the close of quarter number 1 here in 2021. Earlier this week, I came across this article that I wanted to share that inspired my conversation today, which was here on CNBC website. It is an article that goes over that the search phrase, the question, when is the housing market going to crash, has become red hot on Google search. In fact, that phrase is up over 2,450% this past month, which is insane. We've been creating a lot of content. Most news sources and other industry-related sources have created a lot of content on exactly what's happening with the market and whether or not we're headed towards bubble territory, yet this search is absolutely spiking. Another similar search that's increased, why, very simply, why is the market so hot? And that's doubled in the last week. And then finally, how much over asking price should I offer on a home in 2021? That search phrase jumped 350% over the same week. So really interesting dynamic that's happening as we search. And it reminded me of another website that I thought was pretty funny and fun over the course of the last few months. It's the search by this, I guess, moderately kind of creepy looking background here, and this gentleman that's based over in the UK. I guess they're a little that's a little different, but really cool website that shows us instant search results from the over 3 billion Google searches that are conducted every single day. And this search will actually complete, if you notice when you type in a Google search, phrases like, how much should I offer over asking price for a home, Google will populate the most common searches to complete the sentence that you're going to ask. I'm sure you probably have noticed that and figured it out before. So this is a lot of fun. For example, here, when you start to type shorts in, you might get Google finish the statement, shorts for big thighs, or shorts for dogs, or shorts for pole dancing, shorts for bigger bulbs. So lots of phrases, really fun site. But if I search in here, how much should I offer, and I hit search, it will turn around and give me it will return results in almost a matrix type of a format. So it could be, along the lines of how or what, how much should I offer for a used car, how much should I offer in compromise to the IRS, how much should I offer on a house calculator, how much should I offer on a house, etc. And I've played around with this a little bit the last couple of days. How much, search homes for sale, and you'll notice that a lot of the common questions are things like homes for sale in foreclosure, homes for sale in probate, lots of different directions. So it just gives us a little bit of an idea as to what kind of questions are being asked commonly on Google from consumers. So it was a little bit of fun. I just thought I'd tie that into the search results. But I also wanted to address the actual question, which is, when will the housing markets actually crash? And so to do that, I wanted to share this blog post that I put together. 3 reasons we are definitely not in a housing bubble. Just shared this today. So number 1, just to start that off and head that off, this time housing supply is extremely limited. If you followed any of my market reports, I've shared this over and over again. It's nothing like I've ever experienced in the 30 years that I've sold real estate. Sold real estate through 2003, 4, 5, 6, when the market was crazy. It was nothing like what we've experienced this past summer and fall. We are experiencing in most segments of the market well under 2 months supply. In some areas of South Jersey, we are below 1 month supply. We are just a couple of weeks worth of inventory. That is nothing like what we experienced in 2007, 8, and 9 when the market started to turn. we couldn't build homes fast enough if we doubled the pace for the next 2 years to keep up with the demand. So number one, extremely tight supply. Number two, this time the housing demand is real. And there's a lot to that, right? As quoted here by Robert Shiller, the Yale professor, previously in the mid 2000s, we experienced what he describes as an irrational exuberance. The idea, the fantasy that real estate values would never go down. That's simply a supply of the result of supply and demand, which we obviously know, but a lot of that had to do with the crazy mortgage standards that made mortgages available to just about anyone. And I also want to jump over, right, this time the housing market is real. The last blog post that I did a couple weeks ago, there's no reason to panic over today's lending standards. I go into detail in this blog post. And yes, that reminds me, there's a lot of great content here at dwellsouthjersey.com that we create. So take a look at that. This time it's completely different. The borrowers are strong, they're qualified, much higher credit scores, much higher debt to income, much tighter debt to income standards, really, really strong and real and qualified buyers, much lower defaults also than we've ever seen historically on loans that were originated over the course of the last 2 years. So that's number two. Number three, this time households have plenty of equity. The biggest difference that we've seen is people used their homes literally like ATM machines between 2005 and 2007, pulling out nearly $1 trillion in equity during those years. Today, we have not nearly the case. There are people that are cashing out and making other investments, but a fraction of what we saw happen during those years. So those three reasons, very simply, more equity, the demand is real, and far less supply. All of those things combined are leading us to recognizing that we are far, far, far from a housing bubble. Hopefully this was entertaining. If you want to see that answerthepublic.com website, if you want to be pointed in that direction, have a little fun tonight and see what people are searching for on Google, shoot me a message. I'll be happy to share it to you. As always, I hope this information is the most valuable content that you're seeing in helping you make solid and smart real estate decisions moving into 2021. Have a super exciting rest of your day. It's actually technically not tax day because it was extended, but I hope you have a great week and look forward to being of help if I can. Have a great night. See you soon.